guys, Running Kimono here. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the future of Bath & Body Works Summer Semi-Annual Sale 2020. So for a lot of you who are shoppers, extreme couponers, or just love Bath & Body Works, this video is going to have a lot of information for you. And semi-annual sale, what's happening? I'm wondering the same thing as a consumer. So last year it started on June the 10th, and basically it's 4 weeks of items being up to 75% off, and it is like all of their sales mixed into one for 4 weeks. Like 1 week is candles, 1 week is wallflowers, and depending where you're shopping, sometimes the really cool stuff from Halloween, Easter, Mother's Day, Christmas from the couple months previous, they show up. The sale happens twice a year, and it is quite spectacular, especially if you're on a budget but you still love Bath & Body Works. So last year the sale took place from the 10th of June to July the 7th. So it was that frame of weeks that the sale was taking place. Now, I don't think it's even a possibility for them to have an in-store sale for that run for 4 weeks, because a lot of states are still closed because of the virus. And even if you look at a state like Michigan, the north is open, and I think there's 3 stores in the Upper Peninsula, northern Michigan, but the south is where the majority of stores are open. So how can one state have half open and half closed? Possibility of online only? Yes. However, they're going to have to throw us a bone and offer us free shipping, because the last 2.5 months, or however long we've been at stay-at-home orders, their shipping is still the same price. So for this sale, they're going to have to do something quite spectacular for their regulars for us to put these orders online to participate in this semi-annual sale. Now, just to talk about this very quickly again, because I mentioned it in the slide previous, like in Michigan, the Upper Peninsula, which is the top, and then the top half of the state is open right now. There is no stay-at-home orders, but the bottom half, where the majority of Bath & Body Works stores are, all closed, including most of the outlets that have like the unicorn stuff and the stuff you want to be looking for is all closed. So like I could go to like one of 3 stores in the UP or Northern Michigan, but I would rather be going down south to find, the really cool stuff. And I know every state is maybe open, maybe different, maybe closed a lot longer than June the 12th, but we're all in this weird like predicament right now. And it's like this virus has taken away 3 months of our lives, and now our sale, our one friggin' moment. It's like, because I feel you guys, I am so frustrated by all of this. Going back to the script here, my prognostication, what my thoughts on this, what they should do, is postpone it until August or September, or whenever there's a better handle on this. So much later, postpone it, but still give us that sale, because a lot of us who are on a budget just cannot afford a $24 candle or what have you, or the lotions and the potions and all that wonderful stuff. Or possibly I'm thinking it's going to be an online sale only, which won't be as great, because if you think about Bath & Body Works, it's a store where it is your senses that are overloaded. It is the smelling, it is the touching, it's visually appealing. And if you can't really do that, will you take a gamble and buy everything and anything just because, or will you just not shop it, period? Now, a couple things that have changed since the beginning of the year is that their coupon extension, where they were offering a 3 days pre or post grace on mailers, that's ended as of February 2020. But I haven't gotten a mailer in months, so, I couldn't even, unless I made one in my basement, that's not happening. And I know that with returns, they're not allowing it until everything is done and every store is open. I think you could do online returns, but in store, even if your store is open, they're not allowing it. And I know that online orders have been seriously delayed. I put an order in a couple weeks ago, and I'm still waiting, so it's like, meh. So that's been quite frustrating in the middle of all this. I understand it's not essentials, but it's a little ray of sunshine in your house, sometimes having a candle or a wallflower. So I'm just frustrated with you guys too. So last week I did make a video about, I think it's 300 stores that are closing between Bath & Body Works and Victoria's Secret. It's 50 Bath & Body Works store, and one of them is up in Canada. Now, you might be seeing it temporarily closed, and that's precisely what that means. That means it's not your store that's closing. The list of the stores that are slated to close, the 50 of them, they are underperforming stores, so I don't have the list. The list hasn't been released, but a temporary closure and a closure are two different things. I just wanted to throw that out there because a lot of people in the comments of that video are saying, my store's closed, my store's closed, my store's closed. And I'm just like, no, no, no. Temporary isn't a closure. So we're going to have to wait for that list and see what happens. So this is the coupon that arrived in the mail last year. And yes, I did take a photo. And basically to talk about this sale again, it's just the greatest hits of everything marked down up to 75%. And if there is something that you wanted to try, but it's like, look, but don't touch, because it is more of an expensive store, but the stuff is so good. A lot of us have to wait for this sale and, look through the bins. And typically these show up in the mail like a week or 2 weeks before the sale. I have not seen a coupon, guys, in 2 months at my house, or as a mailer. Email, yes, but that's different to shop online. But these physical paper coupons, nothing's come. And as you can see, the dates were June the 10th to July the 7th of 2019. So that was last year. So for a lot of us who love to shop the sale, I specifically love the Christmas line. So typically in the summertime, this was the one window, because right after Christmas, when they have that one, semi-annual and around Christmas time or after Christmas, the Christmas stuff is there, but it's not as good as in the summertime. In the summertime, you can find everything. And I mean, Christmas is such a joyous time. I love to gift this stuff. It's so nice. I love the scents, especially like baking items. So I was really looking forward to finding the Christmas, the Mother's Day, and Easter products, because I know that the last two, because the stores have been closed, they probably have quite a bit and it's going to be on clearance. But that's what I was specifically going to be looking for. So if they might postpone the sale, definitely that's going to be something that we should all be looking out for, because they're probably going to have a lot of, especially like the Easter bags, the Easter candles, Mother's Day stuff. They always have that gorgeous candle that says mom. And then along with that, Christmas, there is going to be so much Christmas stuff. It's going to be ridiculous. So I know it's going to be postponed some way or another, but if they do have a sale for us in store, there might be an opportunity to get a lot of really cool stuff. So we'll just have to play this one by ear and see what happens. Okay, guys, so last winter when they had their semi-annual sale, it's like right after Christmas. It's up to 75% off, and typically they have these bins with stuff that you can rummage through, and they always have these price guides. So for a lot of you who are like, I don't see the value of this, well, for something that was, say, $1, it's now down to $0.25. And that's just quite fantastic, just even like hand sanitizers that might have been like $1.75 down to 44 cents. How many of us will really be loading up on those the next sale or the next time that we can track some down in store? I mean, I think a lot of us will be doing that. So pairing that, if you might have an Ibotta or Fetch Rewards gift card, you can do a lot with that and get a lot of items on the cheap. And my question for how these sales will be taking place in store, I think they're really going to limit everybody. They might allow only like 10 people in the store and then lock it. Now, I live in the north of Michigan, so typically whenever they have this sort of sale, even in like the dead of winter, like January, what they'll do is they'll let like 10 people in, lock the door, and then, when the people leave, there's somebody always at the door monitoring, because sometimes when the door is open and the cold air is coming in, it can just freeze the whole store, and it's not really comfortable for the employees. So I've seen that done before, and I think they're going to practice something like that, where they're only going to allow a certain amount of people into the store and really, social distance, wear a mask and all that stuff. But with Bath and Body Works, because it is such a sensory driven store, like you want to smell things, you want to touch things, you want to see what it looks like up close before you buy it. Even at 75% off, a lot of us are really like, what's this like? That sort of thing. I think it's going to be very difficult, like unless you touch what you buy, because how can you sanitize an entire display like this? I mean, that would be next to impossible, right? To use like Lysol wipes for all of them. So I just think it's going to be a really challenging time, and they might do this completely different. Maybe you'll just show up and get a mystery bag for $30. Who knows? They might do something. But for a lot of us who like candles, especially, like, what eucalyptus mint smells like, or the twisted peppermint if you've been a shopper there a really long time. But the fact that we won't have an opportunity to like head over there and like look at everything. And I mean, who doesn't always open one of these and smell it before you buy it? It's kind of like a rite of passage. But with everything going on, it's probably not the safest thing to do, because It just isn't. And if you look at anything online, like stores like Ulta has been reopening in certain states, they have like plastic over all of their makeup. So the testing and the touching and the smelling, that's all done for now. So I think it's just going to be a really challenging time if you are a fan of the store and you know what Twisted Peppermint, Vanilla Bean Noel, Eucalyptus Mint, and you just see one and you want to grab it. I think that's how a lot of us will do our shopping. Or like Mahogany Teakwood, like the meat and potato stuff. You know precisely what you'll be buying. Will they delay it? Will they cancel it? What will happen? We don't know at this time, but I just wanted to make this video to have a healthy conversation of what possibly could happen. I see this possibly going online, or I see it as delayed into September, or when there's a better handle on everything that's going on. And again, this is such a visual and a scent and visual store that I just think this is going to be very difficult to reopen these stores at capacity and for customers to really have a great experience. One last thing, if anybody from Bath and Body Works is watching, these very tiny 1 fluid ounces of the hand sanitizer, please, please, please make large sizes of them so we can bring them home. That California Citrus Sunshine is fantastic, just like meat and potato scents, just so we could have one in hand and made by Bath and Body Works. I think a lot of diehards would love to have a very large one, especially when we're going around. If you've been anything like me, you've probably gone through about 10 of these in the last 2 months. And then I also think the Bath and Body Works should make their own masks with the gingham, the blue and white, that pattern. Make a mask. I think a lot of the supporters of Bath and Body Works would love to buy one, and I think that's just a genius idea. Hey, and you heard it right here. Okay, guys, that's it for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.